So it's actually been like a couple weeks, I think actually longer than a couple weeks, more like a month since I've like filmed anything for the channel. And I do apologise, but I have been like super busy with like other stuff like commissions and alterations and like actual work and whatnot, so I've not been actually able to make anything for myself and film it, which is really upsetting because I do like make things myself. But I'm going on holiday in a couple of weeks and we're going down south to Cornwall, so hopefully the weather will be a bit nicer, and I want to make myself like kind of like my dream summer wardrobe kind of thing. So this is what this video is going to be. And I do apologise as well, I am starting to get a bit of a cold, so if you hear me throughout the video sounding weird and like stuffy, it's because of, you know, dying of a cold right before I go on holiday as well, which is just great. But yeah, I'm going to show you like all the fabric that I've been buying slowly over the past couple of weeks so I can like make stuff, and then also like what I'm wanting to kind of make out of them as well. So it's going to be kind of a long intro and maybe a long video, I don't know, but yeah. Let's start it off. So I've got this like red stripy fabric. I don't know if you can see it there, but I just think it will be like perfect for like some like little shorts, like boxer style shorts that everyone's doing. I think it'll be perfect for that. And then also I might make a matching top to go with it because I think that'll be very cute as well. And it'll be, you know, I've got a lot of fabric. It'll be very versatile and I can wear it with like other stuff as well. And then I've also got this, like, actually this is from Liberty Fabrics, and it was like a collaboration with Bridgerton. Oh, wait till the back goes. Yeah, this is actually a collaboration with Bridgerton, and I just thought it was like the cutest like little print ever. It's like all unfolding now, which is not good. Yeah, the cutest print ever, and I think it would be perfect for like a little dress. So I'm gonna make a dress out of that. And then I've also got this like peachy orangey kind of gingham, which was kind of like a last minute purchase. I just saw it and I was like, oh, that would make a really good pair of pants, like those Scandinavian pants that everyone's doing at the minute. I'm really like going with all the trends this summer, doing like boxer shorts, the Scandinavian pants, oh my god, doing it all. But yeah, I just think they were perfect for some nice pants, so I'm gonna use that to make some pants. And then lastly, for like the fabrics and stuff, I got this like grey gingham. You can tell I like gingham as well this summer, but it's like grey gingham linen fabric from Merchant and Mills. I just think it would make the most perfect like tiered, ruffly kind of skirt thing, and I think because it's linen, it would be very good for the summer because it's kind of cooling and like I can protect my legs from the sun and stuff. Don't want to get sunburnt and whatnot. So they're all like the sewing projects I've got going on. And I also like got like a couple crochet and knit projects going on that I might try get done in this video as well. So one of the first ones is this like this like green and orange kind of like pullover top. It's very like meshy. I've done it like meshy on purpose so I could just like throw it over a bikini or throw it over like a little tank top just to like, you know, keep like the wind off my shoulders and stuff. So I need to finish that in this video, which hopefully shouldn't take that long because it's not been taking me that long to actually crochet up, but I've just been like super busy that I've not been able to get it done. But yeah, I want to start with, I think the dress I want to start with, just because I'm most excited to use that fabric and make the dress. I'm actually using a pattern for the dress. So yeah, I do apologise, this intro has been like so long, I've been talking forever. So I'm going to do it, I'm going to get into it, okay?
So I'm going to apologise because I didn't actually film any of me cutting out the pieces for the pattern. I just like was way too excited and did it like off camera and stuff. So you don't have that footage, unfortunately, but you do get to see me sewing it and you get lovely me voiceovering it as well. So yeah, apologies for that. It's also been like 4 weeks since I made this dress, so if my instructions aren't the best, I do apologise. You can just go by the pattern, and the pattern comes with some like pretty decent instructions. So I sewed up the darts on the 2 front bodice pieces, and then once I did that, I attached the front bodice pieces to their relevant back pieces. I also got an overlocker, by the way, it's a game changer. And then once I'd finished with that, I moved on to making these like little shoulder frill things. I don't know what their correct like terminology is or correct technical word is, but they were like shoulder frills. Anyway, I like hemmed the side that was going to be like seen, like the little outer curve bit. I like hemmed that, And then I sewed like a little gather stitch on the other seam to gather it in my fingers, and then I sandwiched that between the lining and the outer shell, and then I just sewed all along like the outside bit and flipped it right side out to make sure that like there was no tucks or anything. And then I got to like hemming the front diagonal bit. I just like folded it over twice to hide like all the raw edges, and I like folded it into the lining side. I don't know if this was like the actual correct way of doing this. You probably could have done it in like a bit of a better way that like didn't show that it was hemmed, but that's the way that I did it anyway. Then I moved on to the skirt, and the skirt was fairly simple because all I had to really do was just like gather it. So I just sewed like a big long gathering stitch and then gathered it in my fingers, which, as you know, takes ages because you gotta like get it right and stuff and whatnot. And then I attached the two top pieces to the skirt. The two top pieces like never really, I didn't really sew them together. I just sewed them straight to the top, if that makes sense. And it seemed to work out fine. And then I also added like a little ruffle as well, but I didn't really show this because I just got like really excited. It wasn't really planned, and I just like had to like kind of do it in the moment. So yeah, I added the ruffle and then I hemmed it as well, and I think that's the dress done, you know.
So I finished the dress and it's very cute. I'm very happy with it. It's like a little bit big in the back, but I didn't want it to be like too tight or anything, like, because you know it's quite flowy kind of fabric. So I was like, let's just keep it on the looser side. I could always like, you know, bring it in at some point if I want to. But yeah, I'm very happy with it. It's very cute. This little bit at the front here feels like it's not sitting right, but I think that's just because obviously it goes up to like the point. But yeah, and then I added the ruffle at the bottom as well, which is not in the pattern, but I just thought it would be very cute, and I just add like a little bit more twirliness into it. So yeah, I think next I'm gonna do the skirt maybe, because I'm also very excited to work with that fabric. I'm literally just going off like what fabric I'm most excited to work with at this point. But yeah, happy with the dress. Gotta do the skirt.
So to get the length of each tier, you first need to measure your waist. I got 27 inches. Then you times this measurement by 1.5 to get the length. I added an extra half an inch to each tier for like some seam allowance. If you want the skirt to have like more volume, you will have to times your waist measurement by 2 instead of 1.5. And then like each measurement, you just continue to times by 1.5 to get the like different lengths for the different tiers and stuff. Then to get the width of each tier, you first need to measure how long you want the skirt to be. I wanted mine to be about 33 inches. Then you divide that by how many tiers you want it to be. In my case, I did 3 tiers, so I divided 33 by 3, which got me to 11. You are also going to want to add an extra 2.5 inches to the top tier, so you can add in a waistband, and an extra inch in seam allowance to the middle tier or middle tiers if you're doing multiple tiers, and then another 2.5 inches to the bottom tier for a hem. If there's anything that you didn't understand, if I explained the maths wrong, please just like let me know in the comments and I'll try to do better and try explain it better to you. So the first job was to actually create the little tunnel that like the elastic is going to go in, and I used this like a little bit of cardboard that has like 1/2 inch increments like measured out, and I just like fold the fabric over to like 1 inch, give it a good press, and then I just fold it over another inch and give it a good press, and then I sewed like all the way along, leaving like a good 1.5 to 2 inches like little gap where I'm going to thread the elastic through. And then I just thread it through using like the little safety pin method. Sometimes I get like a secondary safety pin as well to like attach the other end to the thing so it doesn't like go all the way through. And then once I've done that, I just like attach both ends together so it's like a complete loop, and I sew up that like little gap in the tunnel that we made. Then we're going to move on to the second tier, and we're just gathering this second tier. We don't need to like do anything else to it. So you just sew up like the side seam, and then you sew like one long gathering stitch all the way around, and then you have to like manually gather it in your hands, which I know takes forever, but it's going to be worth it, don't worry. And then you want to make sure that that fits into the first tier, and then you can just sew that up. And that's like the second tier, very easy. The third tier is like follows like the same kind of process. You're gonna like sew up the side seam, sew like a big long gathering stitch, gather it in your hands, make sure it like fits in the second tier, and you want to make sure like the gathers are all even as well as you go around. Sew that up, and then the last little bit that we've got to do is you've got to hem it, and then that's the skirt. The skirt's pretty easy. You just gotta like get through the maths at the beginning.
So I finished the skirt. Ta-da! She's done. I might actually try it on for you guys because I'm obsessed with it. I'm actually so happy with how the skirt has turned out. It's so comfy, it's so flowy, it's like really good when it's like hot because it kind of cools down, it's very breezy, and I can just like twirl around in it basically. But yeah, very happy with it, and it was super easy to make as well. You literally just need like 2.5 meters to 3 meters of fabric and then like some elastic, and then that's easy. Yeah, that's what it is. But yeah, I think I'm gonna make the pants next because I feel like doing something easy again, and I felt the pants are gonna be very easy. So pantalones.
So for the pants, I just traced around a pair of jeans that I like the fit of. I just made sure to add plenty of seam allowance, and I also added 2 inches at the top for a little waistband and 2 inches at the bottom for like hemming the pants and stuff. Then you want to sew a back piece of a leg to a front piece of a leg down the inseam and the outer seam, and then you're going to turn one of the legs right side out and have one of the legs be inside out. And then you're going to stick the right side out leg into the inside out leg so that the right sides are touching each other. And then along that like crotch seam, you're going to make sure it all lines up nice and perfectly. And then you're going to sew all the way down that crotch seam. If you want, before you like overlock or zigzag any of your seams, just give it a try on to make sure they fit. If they fit, you can overlock your seams. And then once you know that they fit and stuff as well, we're going to create like a little tunnel at the top for a little waistband. And you've seen me do this with the skirt, so I won't give you like too much of a detailed explanation, but you just, you fold it over an inch, you fold it over another inch, you sew around it, and you thread the elastic through, and there you have your little waistband. Once we've done the waistband, we're going to hem the pants now, and I gave mine a 1 inch hem, so I like folded it up an inch and then I folded it up another inch. But if you wanted to do like a bigger hem, you could do it, or if you want to do a smaller hem, I like a 1 inch hem. It's a good hem. But yeah, once you've hemmed it, then the pants are done, and honestly, these are so easy to make and they are so comfy, so highly recommend.
So these are another item of clothing that I've made that I've just like become obsessed with because they're so comfy, and they're made out of like cotton as well, which is nice. Perfect for like the summer and stuff, and I just think they're so cute. And it'll hopefully, actually, let me try it on with the top. The top that I've made absolutely no progress with whatsoever. Okay, but the oranges don't exactly match, but I can see the vision for it. And this top is so comfy as well. It's made from like merino wool.
So for the like 2-piece set, I'm actually starting with the top, and I'm using a couple bits of like pattern pieces that I've had in my stash. They don't actually match, but we're making it work. So the collar piece is actually a free pattern from Tilly and the Buttons, and then I'm not entirely sure what the 2 bodice pieces are from, but I've had them for a while and they're quite handy, and I like the fit of them. So yeah, I cut them out, and then I made like a little ruffle for the collar, and then I like gathered that up to fit in like the collar piece, and I gave it a good pin, and then I just sewed it to one side of the collar first to make sure like the gathers were all even. Then I like sandwiched it between like the 2 collar pieces, and then I flipped it like right side out and stuff. Yeah, and then I sewed the shoulder seams and the side seams to the bodice pieces, and then I attached the collar using a like bias binding technique thing. I don't know why I didn't even film it, but I did do it, I promise. And then I also did put some bias tape around the like armholes, the sleeve holes. Though I don't actually put sleeves in, so I guess they are armholes. Yeah, I put put bias tape around them, and then I just tried it on to make sure it all fits and stuff. And then for the bottom bit, I just did like a big rectangle that was about 1.5 times the width of the bodice piece, and then I gathered that up and attached it to the top bit of the bodice, the bit that we already made. Attached that, sewed it up, and then we did like a little cheeky 1-inch hem, as we always do, because I like a 1-inch hem. Then for the shorts, it was pretty much like the same method that I did for the shorts that I did for the pants. I just I traced around like a pair of ports. Oh my god, you can tell I'm getting tired. I traced around a pair of shorts that I liked, adding 2 inches at the bottom for a hem and then 2 inches at the top for a waistband. Sewed the shorts up as I did the pantalones. You're going to have to re-watch the pants bit to understand how I did the shorts. Sorry, I'm tired. Help me. Yeah, and I put in some elastic and hemmed it, and that was the shorts done and the two-piece set done, and all my clothes are now done for holiday. Yay!